chat box. Type 2 in the chat box. Type 2 in the chat box if you guys can see me. Welcome to everyone here who's on Zoom. Welcome to those of you that are joining us on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. From wherever you are tuning in tonight, we are in for a great treat. Yes, I'm calling this Scholarship Sundays a live Q&A to help college families find some money for college. And if you guys don't mind, in the chat box, wherever you may be, let me know what city you're from. What city you're from, what city you're residing in right now. Let me know in the chat box. Youngsville, North Carolina, welcome. Elmont, New York, wow. Near Charlotte, North Carolina. Near Charlotte. Go ahead and shout out your city. Which city is it? Waldorf, Maryland, Hartford, Connecticut, Raleigh, Kansas City, Clover, South Carolina. Welcome. Man, welcome. Colorado in the house. What's up, Dwayne Roberts? What's up, sir? Austin, Texas. Union, New Jersey. Riverview, Florida. Raleigh, Lawrenceville, Georgia. What's up, Lawrenceville? Metro ATL. I'm in South Fulton area. What's going on? Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Lovely. Man, I'm always, Tuskegee, what's up? Valdosta, Georgia. Hey, Miss Thomas. I'm always honored and I'm always humbled that individuals who may not know me have chosen to tune in on a Sunday with me. And this is just absolutely amazing. So if you've never ever heard my story in quick, I'm Kantis Simmons, raised in a middle-class broke family. Anybody know about being middle-class broke, right? My middle-class broke family had amazing parents, mom, dad, nice house, nice green grass, but we were always broke. Anybody know about being middle-class broke? If so, type 3 in the chat box. Right? Middle-class broke family, somebody had to always be working. Right? In that middle-class broke family, parents really impressed upon me the importance of education. And, middle-class broke, we would take vacations on the weekend. Here in Atlanta, a good vacation was Stone Mountain Park. If it was a good weekend, we would go to Lenox Mall. And if it was a really good weekend, we'd get to go to Six Flags, right? But my mom and dad really impressed upon me the importance of college and, getting good grades in school. But one thing we did not talk about in that middle-class broke family was money. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like, we didn't talk about if my mom or dad had saved up money for school, if they had saved up money to pay my big college tuition bill. We never had those conversations until it was around this year for many of you, right? And so I host these Scholarship Sunday programs or these live Q&A because, one, I'm irrationally passionate about it. Two, I no longer want to see families struggling with a plan on how they're going to pay the college tuition bill. You know what I'm talking about? And I was so blessed to go on to receive 3 college degrees. Didn't pay a single penny to do so. Did it all on scholarships. There were some rough times, but there were some amazing people that came into my life. A lot of tips and tricks and things I learned. A lot of resources that I stumbled upon. And over the last 10 years, I've been helping families just like yours, pay college through scholarships. And so tonight, I just want to jump on to answer a few of you guys' questions. Welcome again on YouTube, Facebook, all those in the chat box. What's up, Miss Marilyn? How are you doing? So we have a lot of questions, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the questions from people that are here live. All right. So if you can, type the letter Q : in your specific question. Okay. Q : in your specific question. Do it in the chat box. Looks like if my numbers are correct, we had like about 500 people register for tonight's Scholarship Sunday. I have a lot of questions over here that people have pre-submitted, and maybe I'll jump back and forth between the pre-submitted questions as well as those that have submitted questions down below. If you guys are watching me live on social media somewhere, give me a few hearts, give me a few likes or something just to let me know you're there. Let me know you're there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. What's up, Miss Watkins? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. All right. So here's what I want you guys to do. Let me know your Q&A in the chat box. If you have a question, type the letter Q, colon, put it in the chat box. And we're gonna answer questions for the next hour. Hopefully your football team won. My football team lost again. And I'm not sure what the problem is, but praise the Lord. All right. I'm going to start off with a question for Miss Marla. What's up, Miss Marla? Miss Marla, let me know where you're from, Miss Marla. Let me know where you're from. Her question is, how Youngsville, is that Ohio? Is that Ohio, Miss Marla? Ohio? North Carolina. Okay, cool. So the question is, how do I motivate, how to motivate your 12th grader to participate in scholarships, finding essays, and writing? All right. How do you motivate your 12th grader to participate in scholarships, finding scholarships, writing essays, etc.? All right. So if y'all don't mind me keeping it real tonight, type 4. If I can keep it real with you guys, type 4. Type 4. All right. Type 4. All right. So let me say this to all of my parents, and we got to fix it some kind of way. I believe one of the reasons our students aren't motivated to go to look for scholarships and write essays and all of these different things is because we haven't had the conversation the last few years. Here's what I mean. Me, again, being raised in a middle-class broke family, sometime in our families, y'all got me? Sometimes in our families, we don't talk about money. We don't have the money conversation. We don't talk about how much the mortgage, how much the rent, how much is the car insurance, how much is medical insurance. We don't talk about the bills. We don't talk about the light bill. We don't talk about what comes in, what goes out. And so where kids are concerned, kids, you're asking your parents for what, $40 here. I need some money for shoes. I want some money to go to the skating rink. I want some money to go get my hair done. I want some money to go to prom, right? So we're having conversations around tennis shoes, games, fun, and maybe the prom. So that's about $40 to $400, from $40 to $400 having these conversations. And then when we get in our senior year, now we got to come up with $40,000 to go to college. But we've never, ever had the conversation about money. So how do we motivate our 12th graders about this whole process? Honestly, we have to start before this time period so that they will see how important this time period is. So I'm saying, and not even to answer your question here, but it's to have the money conversation throughout childhood. Teaching our kids the importance of money, teaching our kids about savings, teaching our kids about investing, teaching our kids about how to be great stewards over their money, teaching kids about, hey, you're going to a free public school. Now it's time we have to pay for college. So I'm not just speaking to you, Miss Marla, but I'm speaking to all of our families. We got to do a better job of having the money conversation. Y'all understand what I mean? Type 5 if you understand what I mean. Type 5, right? We got to talk about money, not just at the last minute. And so by talking about money at the last minute, when they are a senior, it's like, I got to go find $200,000 in scholarships? What? So how do we motivate our students to participate in scholarship and finding essays? Honestly, it is a family affair. Yeah, it's a family affair. We can't leave all of it up to our kids, and parents, we're going to have to step in. Guess what? This is a new muscle that your students are using. They haven't had to use the scholarship muscle or looking for scholarships in their junior year, their sophomore year, their freshman year. It's a new muscle. And so with that, this is why sessions like these, this is why, getting involved in the resources and the different programs that are out there so we can, or so they can see the importance of it. So here's what I would encourage everyone to do. As a family, we schedule time to talk about college. We schedule time to talk about why we want to go to college. We schedule time about where we want to go to college. We schedule time to talk about what do we want to do after college. And we schedule time to talk about how we're going to pay for college, how we're going to go into scholarships and writing essays. So to get them motivated, we have to figure out what moves them, right? Or what's the motive? Why should I look for scholarships? Why should I write these essays? Have the conversation. And they won't be able to do it alone. I got this little fitness journey I'm on. I have a coach. My coach, he helps me along through the process. And as parents and as loved ones and friends, we got to motivate our students by holding their hands and doing it together. Okay? So Ms. Marlo, we got to do it together. We can't put it all on them. We got to do it together. Because you know how teenagers are. Like, they tired, right? They just tired. Tired from school, tired from their friends, tired from social media, tired from them. They've been in school for 12 years. They're looking for a vacation, right? Senioritis is kicking in, and they just like, bruh, I'm tired. I'm not talking to you, Siri. All right? So what you want to do is you want to work through the process. Schedule all of it. Schedule applying for FAFSA. Schedule a night where we look for scholarships. Schedule a night when we apply for scholarships. Schedule a night when we start working on these essays. It's going to take a family affair. If we don't look for scholarships now, we will be looking for money later to pay back that college tuition bill. Everybody feel me? Right? Type 5 if you feel me on that, right? If you don't have money for college, your number one job should be to look for money for college. All right? Awesome. All right. Somebody said, I sent my question in beforehand. Miss Christine. Okay, Miss Christine. If I can find your name here, Miss Christine. I got like 700 questions in this thing, Miss Christine. If you don't mind, just drop it one more time since you're here, Miss Christine. Just drop a Q in your question there. Thank you. Somebody says, I'm in need of, this is iPhone. She says, I'm in need, or he says, I'm in need of a list of scholarships for a student that got into Boston MCPHS. I'm not sure what MCPHS means. I'm in need of a list of scholarships for a student that got into Boston. All right. So I don't have a list of scholarships for a student that got into this Boston school. All right. I don't have a list. All right. However, I can show you how to generate any list. Is that cool? All right. Like, I don't have a list for this school, but let me show you some places to start. All right. Let me show you some places to start. Okay. Everybody can do this. Everybody can do this. Let me find my little whiteboard. All right. So everybody can do this. So what you want to do when we start looking for scholarships, okay? Once we start looking for scholarships and start understanding where scholarships are, we want to consider, all right, we want to consider 4 things. All right, come on here, pen. All right. I'm not really sure. My pencil not working. All right, so I'm going to just give them to you. So the 4 things that we want to consider, when looking for scholarships, and we'll go through some different ways to search. Number 1, we want to look at their academics, okay? Academics, what they have done in the classroom, okay? We want to find scholarships based off of what they've done in the classroom, All right, academics. Then we want to also consider scholarships based on what they've done outside the classroom. Okay? So inside the classroom is academics. What they've done outside the classroom is called activities. So number one.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Why is she trying to talk to me tonight? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to toss her to the other room and toss her to the other room. Right? Like, just nosy. Be everybody's business, right? So academics, what you have done inside the classroom, what you've done outside the classroom, activities, all right? What you have already accomplished, accomplishments, and what you aspire to do, aspirations. We can look for scholarships, search for scholarships based on, boom, what they've done in the classroom, academics. Boom, what they've done outside the classroom, activities. Boom, what they're currently doing, have done, accomplishments. And number 4, what they aspire to do, aspirations. All right, so based on those 4 things, academics, activities, accomplishments, aspirations, we now begin to look for scholarships based on that. All right, so here are a few different ways that we can look for scholarship. I wish my little pen were right. Oh, there it is. Somebody was praying. Somebody was praying over there, Miss Sharma. All right, go. All right, cool. So here are the 4 ways, right? Activities, academics, all right, accomplishments, and aspirations. Okay? Inside the classroom, outside the classroom, what they've currently done now, and what they currently plan on doing in the future. All right? So based on these 4 criteria will help us determine how to develop this list. All right? So let's look locally. Locally meaning, who are the people near you, maybe in your current high school or your current school, that, guidance counselor, maybe it's the senior college director, maybe it's the college transition coordinator at your school. Looking locally, what resources do they have where looking for a college is concerned? All right. Then we want to also look at the college, right? What colleges, the ones that you're applying to, or maybe the ones that you got accepted to there in Boston, what resources do they have, right? If students are currently going to that school, somebody's paying the bill. So we got to figure out who's paying the bill of the other students. We got to look at the graduates of that school. Who's paid we got alumni. Where do they get their money from, right? Then we can look online, right? We can now search based off of these 4 things, right? So what are some of the activities your son or your daughter have participated in, right? What are some of the things that they've accomplished? What are some of the things they aspire to do? We can now search online for this. What about their academics? Honor roll, 4.0, 3.0? These are things that we want to consider. So locally, colleges, online, social media. Social media is made up of social people, right? So, we can go to any social media platform and we can do a search and say, hey, what school they went to, a search by certain schools. We can pop into certain groups. We can pop into different Facebook groups. We can pop into different LinkedIn groups and meet people and have conversations over, how they went to school there. Then we can also look at community organizations. Community, and I'm going to also say organizations. All right. For example, I wanted to go into chemistry. Right. I went into chemistry out of high school, and I found out that there was an organization by the name of American Chemical Society. This is based on, guess what I aspired to do going into chemistry. And so now let me go find some organizations based off that aspirations. Okay. Community. Have y'all ever walked into a doctor's office, or walked into a dentist's office, or walked into a lawyer's office, and you look up on their wall and they have all of these certificates and plaques? You ever look to see who gave them the plaque? Who gave them that certificate? Who gave them that award? Guess what? Those community organizations also give scholarships. All right. Then you can look at, fraternities and sororities. You can look at, frats and sororities. All right. But the amazing thing, there are some apps that are out there. All right. But the main thing is you want to develop your own list based on, all right, let me search starting with these 4 things. What have they done inside the classroom? What activities have they participated in? What have they accomplished? What do they aspire to do? And then now we build our list by going out to search for those. All right. Now that was my short answer. I go in my Scholarship Seekers Revealed program. I go over each of these areas in depth. All right. For the sake of time, I won't reteach that, but if you guys want that, I'll give you guys a link to be able to get, that full training. All right. We can go through it, the workshops, the worksheets and everything that go through with that. So I'll give that to you guys at the end if you guys want it. That's if y'all want it. All right. Cool. So Miss iPhone, Mr. iPhone, you want to take the time to make your own list. You want to have conversations based around those things that I just mentioned. All right. Is this helpful? If this is helpful, give me an emoji. Give me a few hearts there. Cool. Let me put this. Let's see if this comes up here. Ms. Watkins says, what is your advice to present the best video scholarship? What is your advice to present the best video scholarship? Now, great question. Thank you for this question. I haven't noticed a lot of people who've been doing video scholarships. However, I would keep the same framework that I would for writing essays. So the same way you do video essays is the same way I would do a video scholarship. All right. Number 1, you want to grab the attention of the reader essay and the viewer for the video scholarship. All right. You want to grab their attention. Now, have you guys ever seen like a movie, and when the movie starts right into the action and it grabs your attention? When we're writing our essays or we're doing video scholarships, I encourage students to use their title to grab the attention. The title now gets the reader to the first line of the essay. The first line of the essay gets them to read the first paragraph of the essay. The first paragraph leads them to the second paragraph, and then ultimately getting down to the end of it. The same thing where video scholarship is concerned. Being able to grab their attention and then making statements that's going to keep them not entertained, but keep their attention span on what you're saying. Now, believe it or not, you guys, families, we are in the marketing business. Yeah, we're in the marketing business. Just applying is one thing, but we want to apply and to get people's attention. Here's what I mean. You want to be as real as possible on your essays. You want to be as real as possible on your video on your video scholarship videos. Why? Because there are real people on the other side reading them and watching them. Now, let's just be honest. If you had a poor, semester, maybe the grades dropped in 2020 when we had that little situation going on, right? When that little situation going on, it was an adjustment for everybody, correct? And because it was an adjustment for everybody, maybe your grades dropped. Rather than trying to hide the fact that your grades drop, amplify that your grades drop because of this. Now, even though your grades dropped, now let's talk about the lessons that you learned, about the lessons on being adaptable, on the lessons on create new disciplines, or the lessons on being able to better communicate in the home. Listen, in my home, my brother came home, my sister came home, my cousin came home, and my parents were living at home, working from home. And guess what? We had one computer in the household. And because of that one computer in the household, things became really, really tight. Or, listen, at the time period, my family didn't have internet. And it was very challenging for to jump online, and my grades dropped. I was trying to do my homework and my research projects from a cell phone. Those are real life situations. And so in your videos and your essays, don't only talk about what happened, but talk about the lessons that you learned and how these lessons have made you a better person. Was that helpful? Give me a few hearts, give me a few loves there, right? So what you want to do, you want to keep it real. Right? For some odd reason, we think that scholarship organizations are looking for perfect students. They're not. They're not looking for perfect people. They're looking for someone to invest in so they can get their return on investment. Right? We want to invest in you as a student because we see that you will be a great student. And if it comes from a university, guess what? You're going to be a great graduate. And if you're a great graduate, you're probably going to be a great alumni. And if you're a great alumni, guess what? You're probably going to give a little money back to keep the school going, right? But at the end of the day, they want to see that your student lines up with their values, lines up with their brand. And if they invest in you, they want a good return on investment. So when you're doing your essays, keep it real and smile on your essays and your videos. Here's what I mean. Sometimes we can tell a story, right? Maybe we can tell a story about Big Mama. Big Mama was your grandmama. Big Mama had a farm. Big Mama had this little horse on her farm, little pony on his farm. And the pony name was Tony the pony. And when Big Mama died, nobody was taking care of Tony. And so Tony the pony got sick. We could leave the story right there. Or you could say, you know what? But I remember what my Big Mama said. Big Mama talked about the importance of love. And even though Big Mama died, and even though our family sort of broke up a little bit, one summer, I went back to Big Mama's house. And even though Tony the pony was sick, I took my time every summer feeding Tony and walking Tony the pony. And Tony got stronger. Tony got so strong that Tony got with Sue. And Tony and Sue made a new pony, right? I'm just playing, right? But the idea is that we want to smile on those essays. Don't just write essays and go down into the pit. Like when you're watching a movie, it brings you back up to a happy place. So if you are sharing a scholarship video or an essay where you're writing something, you want to leave the person where they're smiling. Y'all got it? Y'all got it? Give me a few hearts, love, or something on that. All right? Cool. So that's what I would advise there. That's what I would advise there. Thank you for that question, Ms. Watkins. Thank you for that question. All right, here's another question from Miss Adams Knight. The question is, should I fill out the FAFSA even though we have been told that we make too much money for other things? This is a great, great question. Should I fill out the FAFSA even though somebody told us that we make too much money for other things? My answer is yes. Here's why I recommend everyone fill out FAFSA if somebody told you, if you think you make too much money. Number one, things may instantly change. Somebody may transition in the family. Family may break up. Situation happens. Job may lose. Your income may plummet just like that. We're not just planning for what we've done in the past. We're completing FAFSA for our future. All right? Now, you want to complete FAFSA because you're planning for the future, but also you want to complete FAFSA because here's what happens. When you start to apply for scholarships, because you're obviously here because you need some scholarship money, right? A lot of times scholarship organizations, when they are considering who they want to give the scholarship to, they can go back to see if you apply for FAFSA. Because what happens is they take the overall number, they subtract out the FAFSA amount, and then they subtract out the scholarship amount to get to that number. Guess what? If you didn't apply for FAFSA, that means they got to pay more money because it doesn't come from the other, deduct from the government's money. So it's like, why should we give you the scholarship when you really don't show that you have the need for the scholarship? All right. So apply for FAFSA so your name is on the roll. All right. So your name is on the roll. And guess what? What one school may not give you, another school can give you. All right. Even though it may seem like you make a lot of money, it's a calculation. And that calculation is based on a lot of different things. So let me give you guys this, right? So let me answer the FAFSA question because a lot of people ask about FAFSA. Yes, everybody apply for FAFSA. Apply for FAFSA every single year in which you need the money. So if you are in the high school senior year and you're going to school in the fall, apply for FAFSA. The FAFSA doors open up October 1st. All right, you see what today's date is. So the doors open on October 1st. I believe those doors close in like June, right? Now that's for federal. It could be different for, per states, right? So if your son or daughter's a freshman in college going to the sophomore year, boom, apply for FAFSA. If they're in the sophomore year going to the junior year, apply for FAFSA. If they're in the junior year going to the senior year, apply for FAFSA. It's just a free application that allows you to see what resources are out there. Not only that, but applying for FAFSA, if you have to take out a student loan, they will also show you some options based on what loans are out there. One big mistake that a lot of people do, they take out too much student aid, take out too much loan money because they don't know where they are. All right? And then lastly, you want to complete FAFSA because when other people are giving out scholarships, now they are interested to see if you apply for FAFSA. Don't let them ding you just because they say, oh, your name not on the roll, so we might as well give it to this other person. Okay? Now, let me give you guys this resource. All right, let me give you this resource. Let me share my screen. Is this good? If this is good, type G in the chat box. 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 All right, so here's this website. Let me share my screen with you all. All right, here's this website. And the website is studentaid.gov, studentaid.gov, all right? It's called the Aid Estimator. So if you go to studentaid.gov, type in Aid Estimator, it's going to bring you to this website. Now, here's how this website works. This is like a pre-test. It's like a pre-FAFSA to help you estimate how much money is available to you before you apply for FAFSA, okay? So if you go here, go to this website, and what'll happen is You can go here to estimate, right? Estimate what the federal student aid, the FAFSA, will look like for you. So before you complete the FAFSA form, the federal student aid estimator can help you understand your options to pay for college or career school by providing an early estimate of your expected family contribution, EFC. When you apply for FAFSA, that EFC is what they're looking for in your eligibility for federal student aid, all right? And then you just want to walk through the process, right? You want to walk through the process. Doesn't take long, all right? Just come up here, hit start. It's going to ask you some questions. Hey, let's get started with the federal student aid estimator. The following questions pertain to the aid applicant. All right, regardless of your role, answer questions assuming you and you'll refer to your student. So what is your birthday? All right. So let's say your birthday is January 12th, 2006. What is your marital status? All right. What is your state of legal residency? Georgia. When you begin college, what will your grade level be? I'll be a first-year freshman. Continue. Dependency information. The following questions pertain to the aid applicant regardless of whom. All right, answer da-da-da. Answer questions assuming you and you're referred to the student. Do you have children or other dependents you support? No. Additional dependency information. Why do we ask this? Please read the following statements and select all, right? You want to go through these things and answer any things that apply. None of the above. I'm not homeless. I'm not active duty. Household information, parent information. The following questions pertain to the aid applicant's parents. Regardless of your role, answer questions assuming you and your refer to the student or the applicant's parents, right? Who is considered a parent, and go through this whole thing. As of today, what is the marital status of your primary parent? Boom, my parents are married. What is your parents' age? What is your parent's state of legal residency? All right. And you want to just go through this thing, right? You fill out your information. You take the time to go into number in your household is me, my sister, my cousin, my mom, and my dad. I think that's 6 people. Why are you in college? How many people in your parents' household will be in college, students including yourself? Now notice, let me say this to you. For those of you who have 2 students, this is very key. Or 2 students who will be in college at a certain time. Or in some cases, you can hold 1 student back so they're both in college at the same time. You can now adjust this number. They take this number into consideration, all right? So let's just say it's 2 right now. It's me and my sisters who's in college. Then we want to look at income and assets. Income and assets. Did your parents file taxes in 2020? Yes. Did you file taxes in 2020? Yes. What was your household income in 2020? Hey, you want to put these things in there. Now, there are 4 things to consider when completing this, right? When completing FAFSA, considers 4 things: parents' income, students' income, parents' assets, students' assets. All right? Parents' income, let's say is $70,000. My income, let's say is $5,000. Household assets. All right. And then you just wanted to add your numbers. And then now, based on your household income of size of 6 with $75,000 of income and $25,000 of assets, your estimated family contribution is $2,503. That is not a dollar amount. All right. That is an EFC number. That's an EFC number. Okay. Let me make sure something here. All right. What is the EFC? EFC is your expected family contribution is not the amount of money your family will have to pay for college, nor is it the amount of federal student aid you will receive. It's a number. It's a number used by your school to calculate how much financial aid you're eligible to receive. All right. Once you get your EFC number, then that EFC number, just so you guys understand, the cost of education, the COA, which is different for every college you apply to. They take that number, they subtract it from the EFC to determine your financial need. All right. So this web page that I just took you to here, Federal Student Aid Estimator, you want to go through this, right? You want to go through this, take your time through it, and then ideally, it helps you show you where you are. All right? Shows you where you are. Was that helpful? So now it's like you make what you make. All right. Somebody asked me the other day, should I not make enough? Should I quit making money or something? No. You need money to live. You need money to pay your bills. All right. The idea is you want to be able to show that you have need for the money. Okay. You want to show you have need for the money. All right. And do it. Control what you can control. You apply for FAFSA. You do what needs to be done. You look at the report. Now, this is why I recommend everybody do it early, because if you see some discrepancies, you can always go back to the Federal Student Aid Department and say, hey, we need to revisit this. Also, what I've seen is that now your FAFSA form and your tax returns, they are connected, right? And so based on what you do on your taxes, you file taxes, that number sort of automatically rolls into your FAFSA, and it could maybe cause some discrepancies. What I would do is that I would manually put the number in and be able to look at it that way. All right. So the idea is this: you want to apply. If you have some discrepancies or you don't think this is right, hey, you can call or you can contact the FAFSA department, the student aid, the government area, to have them relook at it. Got it? Cool. So I answered that one to answer as many FAFSA questions that I have coming up here. Miss Vicky says, and that was Miss Vicky's answer. How do you find merit scholarships? 95% of what I found is based on income, which I don't qualify for, from New Orleans. All right. So thank you for that. So we have need-based aid and we have merit-based aid. Merit-based aid, I will look at merit-based aid based off of these 4 areas again. All right. Activities, academics, aspirations, accomplishments. All right. So let me go back over here to my really cool all right, so I'm gonna go over here to Google. All right, I'm gonna go over here to Google. No thanks. No sign in today. All right, so what you want to do again? I'm gonna just start with these 4 areas. All right, scholarships for B. Look at this, y'all. I haven't even typed the word that I was going to type, but Google gives us some things that we can search for. Scholarships for Black students, Black women, biology majors, business majors. All right. So let me see something. Scholarship for B students. That's what I was going to type in. Now, when you're looking at this, you will notice that some websites have this word ad by it. It simply means that this organization has spent advertising dollars to get you to notice their ad because they want people to come to it. But then you start seeing ones that people don't have. All right. Top college scholarships for B students in December 2022. So based off of their academics, we can start looking for scholarships. Scholarships are not only for students with a perfect 4.0 GPA, 1600 SAT, and a zillion extracurricular activities. And so now we go through this, and now we see scholarships on merit. Is this good or is this good? Is this good, right? 1/15 are considered for scholarships ranging from $10,000 to $25,000. Agnes Scott, University of Alabama. And what you want to do now, you just want to follow the Yellow Brick Road, Berry College. You want to go now, search these things out. Marquette, right? You click the link there, and it takes you to some grants and scholarships. It's all about searching, you guys. It's all about searching. So that is a merit-based scholarship, right? Scholarships, let's see something. Scholarships for C students. Can you get a scholarship with C students? 10 scholarships for average students, no GPA required. Boom. $2,000 no essay scholarship. $1,000 Jen and Kelly Tanabe scholarship. Here's something I noticed here. All right. Now, this may have been written in May 2020, but a lot of times scholarship organizations, they don't go out of business just because the years changed. So even though you may find something that's dated like this, hey, follow the Yellow Brick Road to see how those things add up for you. All right? So you want to search. Again, you want to search by activities, academics. How about let's do an activity. Scholarships for Glee Club students. Let's say your son or daughter participated in the Glee Club. Then guess what? The Glee Club Alumni Memorial Scholarship Foundation. Scholarships, Men's Glee Club Alumni Association. Glee Club. Maybe scholarships for debate. Scholarship for debate students. Maybe your son or daughter's on the debate team. Those are activities. Maybe they accomplish something, right? Scholarships for honor. I don't know, maybe there was some kind of honor society. Scholarship for honor society students. Y'all see this? Aspirations, scholarships for maybe they want to go into engineering. You follow the Yellow Brick Road. You stay organized. All right? Is this helpful? Is this helpful? Type 7. Type 7. Type 7. Type 7. Now, I'm rushing through all of this, you guys, but let me give you guys this so you guys are interested in it. Here. There we go. I have a program. If you go to scholarshipsecretscourse.com, scholarshipsecretscourse.com, I have a program where I break down FAFSA, like the 10 different ways you can maximize your FAFSA, the 10 different things that you can do legally, right, to get your FAFSA number, the EFC number, to where it needs to be. Things to consider. Also have, I get college scholarships where I break down 10 plus places to look. I break down all the things that you can do, some secrets that you can do so that you can get these scholarships, all right? So I know we're doing this live Q&A, but I wanted to make that available to you because you guys are here. I think we set it up where you can get 3 of those programs for the price of 1. You get all 3 of them for the price of 1. Go over to scholarshipsecretscourse.com. Write that down, scholarshipsecretscourse.com, all right? scholarshipsecretscourse.com. Another question here. Are there any scholarships for single moms or black boys? Let's just see. Let's just see, right? How do we do it? We go now. All right, let's do it. Scholarships for matter of fact, before I do that, look at that. Y'all see that? Before I even hit enter, scholarships for single moms. You can put your state in there in Georgia. College scholarships and grants for single mothers. Man, look at this. Single parent scholarship fund. February 2023. Bernie, look at this. 2,000, 1,000, varies, 10,000. Eligible applicants for the Roadway Worker Memorial Scholarship must be dependents of roadway workers killed or permanently disabled in work zone construction. Think about this. Maybe you had a situation where there's something happened in your family. If something is happening in your family, you can go do some research to see if there's some scholarships out there. All right? This is for somebody who was disabled in the work zone. All right? This is good, man. This is good. Hey, research. Same thing for black boys. Go do research. Great question. So how should you go about appealing federal aid packages? All right. Under the FAFSA web page, if you go down to the bottom of the main FAFSA web page, they'll have a link down there where you can how you can contact them, and it talks about appeals. All right. Down at the bottom of the FAFSA page, you'll see like some bylines there to go into appeal. What are some good band scholarships? The best band scholarships are the ones who give you some scholarship money. Right? I don't know. Go do your research. Go do your research. So, for example, so I was a high school drum major. I was like that dude in high school, right? Bow! I was a drum major. And I wanted to go to Florida A&M University. And they offered me a full academic band scholarship. So they said, Kantis, we want to have you in the fall, give you a full scholarship, full academic band scholarship. Hey, just submit your SAT scores and we'll look for it in the fall. I took the SAT 4 times, y'all. And I came up 40 points short to what was required to get that scholarship. They didn't give it to me because I came up 40 points short. And this is how I was able to now to start looking for all these scholarships because I didn't have any more options at the time period. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm pretty cool. The academics were okay. Was able to do, got this full academic band scholarship. I had one school, one offer. And that's what I was dependent on. But that didn't go the way I planned. And I ended up going to Norfolk State University in Virginia, where I got a BS degree in chemistry. I am so happy I didn't go to Florida A&M University. It's like God just knew what he was doing with Kantis, right? And so what I'm saying is that don't have all of your eggs in one bucket, that's what they say, right? You want to have options. Don't just go to a school because grandmama and granddaddy went to that school or that's part of the legacy. I recommend this. Go to colleges that will help your student be prepared in the future, right? So rather than searching out colleges, search out programs in the college. Search out programs in the college, right? You may want to go to a college and they're great at engineering, but you want to go in the area, you want to go into the field of business. If a school is great at engineering and their business department is poor, a lot of times that means they don't have resources to support your student in the area of business. So find schools that have the best programs based on what your student wants to do in the future. Does everybody understand that? Type 8 if you understand that. Don't search for colleges, search for programs. Hopefully that's a breakthrough for somebody. Don't search for colleges, search for programs. which schools have the best programs. Because if they have the best programs, they're gonna have the resources. They're gonna be on top of the industry, and most likely they're gonna have opportunities to position your son or daughter for jobs in the future. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do a few more of these, and I'm gonna jump off and let you guys finish eating y'all Sunday dinner. All right. Somebody says, my daughter needs help picking an essay topic. The topics that were given to her just do not click with her. She better make them click. My daughter needs help picking a college essay topic. The topics that were given to her just do not click with her. You're going to have to make them click. If they gave you a topic, you got to make it click some kind of way. All right. So here's what I do. All right. So the students and families that I work with, here's what I make them do. All right. Here's exactly what I make them do. I have them write down 10 wins. I have them write down 10 losses. And then I have them write down 10 lessons. All right? And as you write down all of these wins, all of these lessons, then now what you want to do, this will help spark things to write about. Maybe there's something over here and something over here and something over here that now you can merge these three things together to write your essay. Do that, because if they've given you a topic to write about and you submit something that's not based on their topic, you automatically just have now not put yourself in a good position to get these scholarships. Okay? So what I would do, Miss Christine, is that I try to have your daughters do the 10-10-10. 10 wins, 10 losses, 10 lessons, and just identify those things to get the juices flowing. And then now we merge those things together. Okay? Got it? Cool. Like sometimes we just got to pick. All right? Chicken or fish, pick. Ribs or turkey, pick. Collard greens or cabbages, pick. Water or Kool-Aid, pick. We just got to pick. We got to make decisions. Y'all, I spent like 2 days trying to pick out a Christmas tree. 2 days? Picking out a Christmas tree? Bruh, Kantis, pick, decide. Life is about decisions. And y'all know what? We waste a lot of time overthinking things and trying to decide. And here's what I've learned. When we become better at making decisions, like we spend so much time thinking about the decision versus making the decision. And when writing essays, hey, we just got to pick and flow with it. Decide, write that first version of the essay. Let other people read it. Let other people give feedback. Write it. Give more feedback. Perfect it. Correct the errors. Right? Let people read it, give feedback, and then submit it. All right? Great question, Miss Christine. As a college acceptance occurs, is the next step also speaking with the college admissions, finance department, scholarships, etc.? Yes, so great question, Miss Marla. So I recommend that you look for a college and you're looking for scholarships at the same time if you're not already committed to a certain college. All right? Look for a college and look for money at the same time. The same way we look for houses, y'all, right? Y'all know how we looking for a house and we looking to make sure we got the financing? You know what I'm talking about? Right? Or the same way we go shopping for a dress or a suit. We looking for a suit and we making sure that we can afford that suit or that dress. So you got to do them at the same time. So you may have 10 colleges that you're looking at. At the same time, you need to be looking at money, scholarships that are not college dependent. So that way, those scholarships, that money can be used for any of those colleges. Now, guess what? When you have narrowed down on certain colleges, yes, talk to their admissions department. Yes, talk to their financial aid department. Yes, talk to their alumni department. Yes, talk to the programs and the departments that your son or daughter want to go into. At those particular colleges, their financial aid, their departments, their alumni, see what scholarships are for those schools. But at the same time, you still want to make sure that you're looking for scholarships. All right. Let me give you guys this equation. I'll talk more about this in the college funding program. Here's the equation. GM plus OM plus YM. This is my 3-step formula for paying for college. GM plus OM plus YM. GM is the government's money. OM is other people's money. And YM, that's your money. Right? GM plus OM plus YM. GM plus OM plus YM. The idea is that you want to make sure that you do everything you can to get the government's money. You do that with FAFSA. Other people's money come in 2 formats. Other people's money that you don't have to pay back, scholarships. And other people's money that you do have to pay back, loans. All right? This is other people's money. So do what you can do where the government money is concerned. Do what you can do with other people's scholarships is concerned. If you got some little money saved over, I ain't say little money. If you got some money saved over, then we got to consider your money. And if you got to take out a student loan, you got to be wise now on taking out that student loan. Okay? But the idea is freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, senior year, this equation is important. I recommend that you spend a lot of time searching and applying for scholarship money. If you don't have money for college, your number one goal should be looking for money for college. If you don't have scholarship money, your number one goal should be looking for scholarship money. Miss Ebony says, I need direction. My son is a senior, my only child. Oh, and I didn't apply for scholarships when I went to college. Hey, Miss Ebony, hey, based on what I've shared thus far, hey, start there. Hopefully I answer your question there. Somebody says, I'm a middle class, broke, single parent. FAFSA offered, next to nothing. Pell Grant, $1,400. In the process of appealing offer. Do not plan to do a loan. What are the other options outside of scholarships? Great. So outside of scholarships, there is something called work study. Okay? Work study is now where your son or your daughter, once they're enrolled into college, they can now work on campus or near campus. And the hours that they're working on campus or near campus, that now goes to funding that bill. Okay? Work study. We got grants. So grant, scholarship, work study. All right. Somebody says my EFC is 0000. I really need help. For the person that said that, I would highly recommend that you take a look at my FAFSA formula program right here. All right. There are some strategies that you can do with your money to maximize your returns. Okay? So scholarshipsecretscourse.com. It's a bundle, and it's a little bit of nothing. The investment for that it's a no-brainer. I recommend everybody take advantage of it, where I go into more detail on this. But here's one thing I want you to realize. There are 4 factors: parents' income, students' income, parents' assets, students' assets. Now, students' income and assets, they are weighed at 20%. Parents' income and parents' assets are weighed at 5.64%. So, if at all possible, you could make the students' income and assets, if they got to move some money to your money so they won't be weighed as high, that's a little trick. All right? I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a CPA. Take this information, go talk to your lawyers, your CPAs, and you'll understand what I mean. Get their certified opinion. But they considered students' income, parents' income, students' assets, parents' assets, but they weigh the students' income and assets a little bit higher. You know, when grandmama be giving us some money, grandmama be giving the student money, baby, put this in your account, baby. What grandmama is doing is making the student look more and more rich, where baby don't need no money for school. So maybe what to do, grandmama, hold on to your money, grandmama. And maybe grandmama need to put that money towards something else. Y'all feel me a little bit? I talk more about that in the FAFSA formula. Okay? How important are ACT or SAT scores? Thank you, Ms. Sharma. Great question. How important? They are important based on what schools are looking for. Now, my recommendation is you determine which one is best for you, ACT or SAT. All right? Based on your skill sets and your knowledge sets, taking the ACT may be better. All right? Based on how your student prepares, taking the SAT may be better. Now, the idea is when you're looking for a certain school, you want to find out which school, what they're looking for. All right? What they're looking for. My recommendation is to get your grades as high as possible. However, if, like me, where you kept hitting that 40 points too short, too low, now start going in and investing other options. Okay? So here's what we want to do, y'all. We want to have options. And a lot of times people go to the neighborhood school, not saying nothing's wrong with the neighborhood school. We go to the community college right down here, not saying nothing's wrong with the community college right down here. But we do it because it's the last resort. We do it because we don't prepare. We do it because we don't do research. So we end up at the school right down the street because that's all we've seen every time we go to the mall, every time we drive to church, every time we go to get something to eat. We see that school. Versus doing our research, right? Listen, y'all, searching for a college, searching for scholarships, I will weigh it just as much as we searching for a mate, for a boo thing, right? You got to date them schools. Let me figure out what you're talking about. Let's go hang out on the weekend. Let's walk around campus. Okay, cool. Let's talk about your family. Where your family from? Where your people from? Right? Tell me about your last relationships. We want to have these same conversations with these colleges. We want to go to these schools. We want to get on the internet. We want to look at all of their videos. We want to talk to other people that go to the school. Had this beautiful family that I was working with. And they were set on having their daughter go to this school. I won't say what state it's in. I won't say what school, where it is. But they were gung-ho about their daughter going to this school. That was her dream school. It was a great school. Daughter went to the school, and during the time period she was there, they were having a lot of harassment of women. That dear family and their daughter just crumbled. Why? Because they never ever expected that climate around the female students. Absolutely hurt them, just like terrible stuff happened. Terrible stuff happened. And this is why I'm recommending that we search for schools and colleges and scholarships. This entire process, we take it serious. Because your son or your daughter will be there the next 4 or 5 years. These institutions will be partly responsible for helping develop your son or your daughter. These schools, they will partly be responsible for helping them in their career. But not only that, it's the networking that comes out of it. It's the life that comes out of it. Yeah, it's not all about studying. You're going to meet friends and coworkers and maybe potential mates, business partners at these schools. So you want to do your research. All right? You want to do your research. You want to take the time. You want to put your time towards it. I commend everyone for being here tonight, right? Everyone for being here tonight, because you're looking for money. Now, my recommendation is this. Don't let this be the first and the last time you're looking for these resources. All right. I have more pop-up sessions like this in my program, scholarshipsecretscourse.com. Hey, I go into this deeper, line by line workshops with the families in these programs. I have live Q&A coaching, even do some one-on-one coaching with some of the families. Listen, don't allow this to be your last time. If you need money for school, look for it. Look for it now. Organize the family. I know many of you, I'm pretty sure your mailboxes are blowing up now. Students getting mail all the time from different colleges. You got to get organized. It can be overwhelming. Get organized, right? It can be a lot going on. Get organized. Get organized with the schools you're interested in. Get organized with the scholarships that you're applying for. Get organized with the essays that you have to write. Get organized with the recommendations that you have to get. If you don't get organized, it would get so overwhelming and you would just sit there and hold your arms like this. And you look up, and now as a family, I guess let's go take out these loans and go to the school right across the neighborhood. All right? Has this been helpful tonight? Has this been helpful? Listen, I'll make sure you guys have this replay. Somebody said, when should you start looking for scholarships? Now. What does the EFC mean? I answered that. Expected family contribution. Could you give us a few ideas for the essay topic? My daughter is struggling with what she should write about. The journal topics that were given do not strike a chord with her. Same thing somebody said, man. Hey, some great essay topics. I can give you the topic name, but the idea is that topic or that title of the essay should move people to read the first line of the essay. The first line of the essay should move them to read the first paragraph of the essay. The first paragraph of the essay should be so engaging that now they want to move to read the rest of the essay. Okay? I encourage you to write essays based on lessons that you learn in life. Again, I recommend writing down 10 wins, 10 losses, or what you may consider the loss, and 10 lessons that you've learned. Use those in your essays. Make them engaging. Talk about like the deep-rooted stuff and how it's made you a better person and how it will help you in your future. Schools, these organizations that give scholarships, they want to see real people. They want to connect with real people because they want to invest in real people. All right. My son and my nephew are basketball players. Where should we look for basketball scholarships? The same way. Same way. Using those things I showed you on the internet there. Connecting with your basketball coach. Definitely with your basketball coach. Let me say this to you guys as I close. I mentioned about looking locally for scholarships. Looking locally. This may be controversial, but I don't think it is. This is my opinion. Yeah, this is what I recommend. It's not an opinion. I recommend you do this. When you look for local scholarships, that means looking in your backyard, right? Looking around the people locally that you know. One of the places that you can look locally is your school counselor. And your school, let's say if you're in high school, your school counselor, your school graduation coordinator. But also looking locally may mean going over to the other school on the other side of the county. Y'all got me? Y'all got me. So if your counselor has limited information, who says you can't go to the other school and talk to the other school's counselor? Hey, my name is Miss Banks. My son and my daughter is graduating from college. Listen, we go to the school on the south side of the city. However, I wanted to come up here and have a conversation with you to talk about what resources you know of that you are recommending to your student. Then you go to the east side. Then you go to the west side. Because listen, a lot of things are based on relationships. And so now, when we're looking locally, we're looking in all the backyards. Y'all got me? Did y'all get me, people? Did y'all get me? Let me know if y'all got me. Type B. Type B if y'all got me. If y'all understood what I'm saying. Y'all did y'all feel me on that? The idea is it's all about relationships. It's all about information. So if your school don't have what you're looking for, hey, go to the neighboring school. Then go to another neighboring school. Be greedy about this time. Be greedy about this information that you're going to get. Be greedy about it. Go get it as if you're hungry. Go get it if it's your last 2-piece chicken dinner. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, do what needs to be done. Because one of the things that I'm seeing now is that we're having more and more parents fearful of going through this process because the parents themselves are dealing with student loan debt. And now they don't want to do 2 generations of student loan debt. All right. Since we're here, let me talk about some student loan challenges. Don't take out more money than you need. Number 1. Number 2, have a plan. If you're going to take out a student loan, have a plan to pay it back. Number 3, this is a hustle. Let me tell you about this hustle. Don't do this hustle. People are doing it. People will enroll in school for 18 credit hours and get student loan money for 18 credit hours. They'll start in school and then what? They'll drop some classes. Now they got more money and they use this other money to live off of. Don't y'all be doing that. Don't do that, y'all, people. All right? And you want to be wise as far as what career program you're going into, what degree you're picking. Things are changing. Pick degrees, pick fields that's going to prepare you for the future. Pick fields that's going to prepare you for the future. The world is changing. Anybody know my story? I was a STEM guy. BS degree in chemistry from Norfolk State University. A Master's of Science degree from Lehigh University in polymer science and engineering. Another master's degree from Georgia Tech in textile and fiber engineering. Worked at NASA for many years. Worked at Vision for many years, developing contacts. I love STEM fields. All right? And I believe a lot of fields will be impacted by STEM. I was at a restaurant a few weeks ago. The waitress was a robot. A robot brought me my food. Yes. There are a lot of fields that are being replaced by technology and robots. The other day I went in the bank. I think it was the first time I've been in the bank in the last 3.5 years. Something to think about, y'all. So when we start to really look to help our students with picking their college future, do some research. Okay? Do some research. Now, let me say this to you. College is not all about getting a degree. College is about developing skill sets so that when you're placed wherever in life, you can know how to cope. You can know how to move around. You can know how to do things. Y'all got it? How do we pick a field for the future if your student wants to be an art major? All right, cool. If your student wants to be an art major, let's have a deep conversation on what can we do with this art degree. And then a bigger question needs to be, can you do what you want to do without an art degree? So what do you really want to do in art? Do you really need a degree to do what you want to do with art? All right. So I'm not a parent yet. I have a lot of mentees. I have a lot of kids and students that I report to and lean on, right? Students are not dumb. Let's say teenagers are not dumb. Teenagers may be immature and teenagers may be inexperienced. This is why, as mature adults, we must take our kids who think they know everything through the process of conversation and then through the process of research. Because how many of us on this call have chosen a certain career field or chosen a major and now you're not working a job in that major? If so, type Y, right? Sometimes in life, we think we want to do something now, but we look up 5 years, 10 years, that thing changed. So we have to help our young people who know everything, who are slightly immature in experience, to show them and expose them to different things so they can make wise decisions. Y'all see what I mean? Right? So we got to help them. We got to expose them. Okay, you think you want to go into art? Cool. Give me 10 jobs that art majors are doing now today. Go find 10 people with art degrees and see what they're doing today. And after all of that, and you say you still want to do art? Okay, cool. Somebody said, my student hopes a major is a good degree for a future job. Hoping psychology major is a good degree for the future. I was trying to gear my child towards STEM. Okay. You can try to gear them toward a certain thing, but again, will they be equipped for it? Will they put the energy towards it? It's our job not to do it for them. Excuse me. It's our job to do it with them, right? We got to walk hand in hand. I think parenting and mentorship is walking with them hand in hand so they can make wise decisions. All right. Has this been helpful tonight? Somebody says, do you have a template to recommend to manage scholarships? Yes. In my scholarship program, Get College Scholarships, and we have a workbook, and we have a spreadsheet that we give, those in the program the opportunity to get organized. It's like we have an Excel form document where people can go down and be able to stay organized. All right. So listen, if you guys want access to that, just simply go to scholarshipsecretscourse.com, scholarshipsecretscourse.com. You're going to get access to Scholarship Rolodex. Scholarship Rolodex is those of you who are connected to me in the programs. I send you a list of scholarships that come across my desk. I'm always amazed when organizations reach out to me and say, Kantis, nobody's applied for this scholarship. You know anybody want these scholarships? When that happens, I send them to the people, the families in my program. Get College Scholarships. I walk through the 10 plus different places to look for scholarships and how to go about them, how to approach them, how to apply, what to say. All right. The FAFSA formula, I break down the 10 different ways you can maximize your FAFSA return. And these are just the best of the best trainings. Also on Scholarship Seekers Revealed, you see me working through some families recorded, working through the details of what they have and how they can accomplish those things as well. So if you want access to that bundle, just go to scholarshipsecretscourse.com. I have committed my life over into helping as many students and families go to school. And listen, I went to school absolutely debt-free. My mom and dad still thank me for that today. And I wish I would have passed on that information to my brother and sister at the time, back in the day. They had to go another route and get some loans, and, they got multiple degrees and doing their thing now. But guess what? It helps out on the finances when you don't have to pay back money for degrees that you got 4 or 5 years ago. And so I wish I would have passed the information on. That's why I'm irrationally passionate about passing this on to families like yourself. All right. So listen, you guys, let me know on a scale from 1 to 10 in the chat box, on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate tonight's Q&A? Was this helpful? Let me know. On a scale from 1 to 10, let me know in the chat box. How would you rate 10, 10, 10? Thank you. 10, 10, 10. Thank you. 10. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As you're doing that, I want everyone to write down one thing that they learned and they are going to take action on. Okay? Write down one thing that you've learned tonight that you're going to take action on. I don't want to just do this and thank you. Tens, hundreds. Thank you over here. Right? Write down, everybody, what's one thing that maybe you learned tonight that your family's going to take action on. What are you going to take action on? Drop it in the chat box. Reaching out to community organizations. I love it. Reach out to other schools. Yep. Researching local funding. Yes. Getting organized. Thank you, Ms. Winters. Looking for scholarship, Ms. Christine. Finding those scholarships. Yes. What's one thing you're going to do? Yeah. Family meetings about money. Thank you, Miss Sharma. But family got to talk about money. Listen, parents talk about money. Please do. Because when you transition on, you want to make sure your kids know what they're doing with this money. You taking care of your kids today, but guess what? One day they're going to be taking care of you. It's the cycle of life. So we got to do that. Thank you, Miss Jones. Finding scholarship for my son. Yep. I love it. Looking for Facebook groups of my daughters are of interest. Yeah, we can use social media wisely to build conversations and relationships with people maybe at a certain school. Good. Listen, you all, thank you all so much for being here. If you guys register for this tonight, I'll make sure that I'll send out the replay of this. Also, if I can be of any benefit to you, I will offer you to definitely go check out scholarshipsecretscourse.com to get access to the courses, access to more of this material, walking you through step by step. Go to scholarshipsecretscourse.com, get access to the course called the FAFSA formula. Also get access to my resource called Get College Scholarships, where I break down the 10 plus different places to look for scholarship, the different apps, how to search it out. Also break down Scholarship Seekers Revealed, where I go through my funding structure to help you be able to pay this big college tuition bill. Hey, thank you guys so much. I absolutely am honored that you guys have showed up here tonight. And if there's anything that I can do to support you, hey, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM. You can slide in my DM at Kantis Simmons, just my name, at Kantis Simmons on Instagram. If we're not friends on Instagram, hey, follow me. Send me a little message. Let me know that you were here tonight. Or slide in my DMs on Facebook. Or you can email me at kantis@kantissimmons.com. If you need to reach my telephone, my number is 770-846. Y'all don't need to know the rest of the number. Well, if I give it to y'all, they're going to call anyway. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to give it to you. I'm not. Yeah, I gave my number out one time. Ain't nobody calling. Like, give my number for it. People ain't calling me no way. All right? So, listen, if you need to reach me, hey, definitely go. I'm here to serve you guys. Have an awesome holiday season, Christmas. Be safe. Love on your family. I know we talk about Jesus is the reason for the season. I'm a Christian. And yes, I believe that. But I also believe that you are the reason for the season. He was born and he died for us. And in this season, we are demonstrating what he is about. So you are the reason for the season. Hey, go love on your families. Go love on your kids. You guys have some conversations. Y'all sit around some eggnog, some apple pie, some sweet potato souffle. Sit around a hamburger, a hot dog, whatever you got, and love on each other. Have these intimate conversations. Talk about stuff that we never ever talk about. Make up your own Christmas story. Tell Big Mama's story. Like I'm learning stuff about my mom and daddy all the time, right? Because of these conversations. And these conversations are the things that really draw out our legacy. So listen, you are the reason for the season. Love on each other. If there's anything that I can do to support you, let me know. Again, if I can support you in any of my college funding resources, go to scholarshipsecretscourse.com, scholarshipsecretscourse.com. Love you guys, and hey, have a good night, and you guys be great. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.